Well, hello my friends. Welcome back. And I hope you're having a good day. We had a bit of a snow blizzard this morning, but the sun's shining now. And I don't know about you, I find my sanity a lot in just hiding away somewhere to create. So when I do these little tutorials, it's to inspire you to do something that you can do that is unique to you. So I'm going to show you a journal that I did on my first adventures in card making, scrapbooking, and whatever. And so here we go. So I found this box at a thrift store. I don't spend a lot of money on the things that I do. I try to find the cheapest way I can do them, but to look nice. So I found this box, and if you can see it, it was already made like a shadow box with a gardening hat and spade, and you know what? As soon as I saw it, I thought, that's for me. So I think for about $4, I just picked it up and bought it. And in it, I decided, let's put this aside. Now this is going back a few years. I love gardening. I decided to create a journal on my garden. So here we go. I'm going to show you. Now, I love gardening. I have a big garden. Lots of perennials I have plants that have been handed down to me from grandma to mom to me, and I have been able to preserve them. Now, when I was first starting out with journaling, I didn't know all the stamping techniques, but I had designer paper, and I had bought the cards that you buy. It was years ago, like thick cardboard that was already pre-cut. And what I did is, with the designer paper, I cut around and cut out the designer paper to match the cardboard. And as you see, I've got all the ribbons, and I picked a designer paper that had a lot of gardening stuff on it. And if you can see, this is just those sponge alphabet that you can buy even at the dollar store. And I entitled it Garden Delight. And just punched a hole, and just with a binder ring held this. Now, you're going to see that I also love photography. So what I decided to do was to take pictures of my garden in full bloom, and then just don't store them in a box. I decided to put them into a journal. And each one of these flowers have a memory for me. I love memories, I'm telling you. Boy, but it is sure nice to be able to remember the garden when it's full bloom, especially when it's drab in the winter. So I'm just going to take you through some of my photographs. So what I did is I turned my photos into a journal. So and I had learned how to do some graphics on my printouts. And I have done some poetry as well, so added them to my photos that I've taken. Flower Delight, the eyes of the soul. So there's iris, peony, okay. Now, here I turned this photo, just a simple folder. There. That's a type of scabiosa. And just to make it kind of interesting, and unfolded it to include some of my photos that I took. Here's some beautiful orchids. Now, of course, in the garden, some grow, some last for 2 or 3 years, and then they fade away. But at least I've had these flowers that I've taken in the past in a book that I can remember. Here we go. Here's my backyard. If you can see, we have a bench, a park bench. Here I made a pocket, and there is our robin. We have a little fountain in the back, and it's so nice to sit there in the summer and watch those robins sitting bath in the big tub I have. Now here's a wild rose that I have that smells, the fragrances is absolutely beautiful, and that was my grandma's. So with, I just printed off Grandma, this is your wild rose. And there again, I just used some paper to cut out butterflies. There's another, my phlox. Okay. I'm just using little embellishments just to make it interesting. We were camping one year at Killbear Provincial Park here in Ontario, and we were sitting in the car because we were freezing, and there on the windshield was this leaf, and I had to take a picture of that. It was perfect. We camp in the summer, and this is something that we see all the time. It's an arrowhead plant in the swamp as we paddle in our canoe. Okay, peonies. I love peonies, beloved peonies. They're beautiful. And there is another scabiosa, a pincushion flower. Oh, here, squirrels. They're always in the garden. So I said, who is looking at who? And then I developed another little fold with daffodils. And guess what was a visitor one year in our tree? Hope you're seeing this. Here we go. Another fold out of dragonflies. Love dragonflies. And just gems to make it interesting. Use my little punches to punch out flowers. There's more of my peonies. And another poem I wrote. Like a fair lily, reaching out for tender care, gently waiting love, fragrance sweet in evening air. And there's a close-up of a dragonfly that I zoomed in. I mean, you know, it's having fun, isn't it? The trilliums, I love them. There's another dragonfly. The colors they come in is unbelievable. It's a beautiful blue. And then I zoomed in with my camera to a poppy, to the center of an orange poppy. It's beautiful when you see these magnified. So even if you got a camera, you know what? You can turn anything into a journal. There's a gooseneck flower up close. And there is another orchid that I took. So there you go. Something you can do if you're sifting. Have you got a box full of photos that you've taken? Put them together. Put them in a nice little journal so that you have this to remember. And I hope you have a great day.